Hey guys, and welcome to the third part of the 10th episode of the Ploxer Games Unity3D How to Make a Zombie FPS game series. Now in this episode we're going to continue on with the networking side of the tutorial, and what we did last time was create the setting up of the rooms and things like that and all of that fun stuff. So let's just open that script up. Open the script up and we will have a look at the code. So this one we're going to, last episode we set up the rooms and whatever and like that, and when we went into the game the two controllers weren't synchronizing properly. They weren't like if you spawn into game objects they go at different positions and they swap because there's two cameras in the scene and things like that. So what I'm going to do is just drag this one into here. File, open, file, network manager. Alrighty. Actually, one second, I'll change this over. We'll just use names. Properties somewhere, I think, or preferences. That's it. Alright, Excel tools and Xmar. We'll just do modern develop. See if that one works. So if we double click this. Something is loading. Oh, yeah, it's the Xmar Studios. Alright, that's okay. Alright, so I'm still getting problems with my mono develop, so using this one at the moment. So what we did was created the rooms and whatever, and the player, we spawned the player, set the player at position 0. So you go into the game, network, connects you. You can create a game or you can join random, and then just spawn as player 1. Spawn. And then here's our player, and we just need to get rid of that spawn thing there, but we'll do that. Actually, no, we'll do that now. Alright, so what we need to do is create one of those another boolean variables. So joined or created. Okay, if joined or created equals true, where's our create name one? Our name, network, room, player name. Here we go. Alright, if joined or created equals true, then if we click the button spawn, we're going to set actually we're only going to display this button if actually we're only going to display this whole thing, sorry, if joined. No, we're gonna have to create a new variable. Alright, private bool created name. Then we're going to click here and go created name equals true, and we're going to go here. Oh, we've already got this one, and we'll go and then created name equals false. So that should work. We've got an error. Oh, that's just in game. Network, join random, spawn, and there we go. But it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Spawn my player. Player controller client should be in a room. That might be an error with our there was no join to a room, something like that. Join random, connecting. Yeah, we've got to wait until now we're joined. Now we can spawn. There we go, and now that's working. Okay. So now, see, we're getting some errors with this 2 audio listeners in the scene, and that's because this game object, the main camera, is still in the thing. We've got 2 cameras and 2 audio listeners coming around. So what we're going to do is, when we spawn my player, what we're going to do is, actually we'll go up to the top and we'll create a public game object, and we'll call this start camera, and we'll go down here and we'll go start camera dot set active or something like that. Active equals false. Let's try that. I think there's an error there. Yeah, no, that's working. Alright, and then we're going to here and we'll drag our main camera onto the start camera. Now if we play, then we network, join random, wait for the join lobby, join and joined, okay, spawn, and we're not getting that error with the camera. So if we go over to, we pause this, and we go back over here, we're not getting that error, and that main camera is disabled. That's perfect, that's what we want. Alrighty. Now we're just getting those errors, which is fine, we can handle that with that. Alright, so when we want to spawn, what happens is that on our player models, no, prefabs, resources, player controller. Now what this does is just set it so that the network thing has its own network view ID, and this will create when we run the game. But what we need to do is observe something. Now what you could do is drag the transform and observe the transform, and what that would do is on everyone else's computer it would observe the transform of the player that you're doing. But there is problems with that because the server only has to send the coordinates of the player all the way to the server, then all the way back to the other clients, the other clients of the server, and update the position. So what it does is it gets jolty. So what we're going to do is, instead of just going to that and showing that, what we're going to do is create a new script. So we're going to scripts and we're going to networking, create C# script. We're going to call this network management, no, because that's network manage, network view, or just a view 1, network view 1. I don't know what to name it. We'll open that one up, and what we're going to do is zoom in, and we are going to set a few variables. So public, private, vector 3 for our position. So what we're going to do is basically we're going to call it real pos, and we're going to do private quaternion, and real rot for rotation. We'll make that a capital P. So what we're going to do with these is set the position of it, and then we're going to capture the position after a few milliseconds, and then those two positions are going to be we're going to use lerp, which will like sort of ease them together, so it's much smoother animation, much smoother moving and things like that. So one thing we need to do, which we've never ever done before, is change this mono behavior thing here. What we're going to do is go photon dot mono behavior, and what that's going to do is allow you guys, not me because the scripting thing's not working on here for me, but it's going to allow you guys to access the photon. Actually, it's going to allow me to do it. I'm just not going to be able to see it. It's going to allow you to access the photon commands easier. So what we're going to do in update not start, is say if the photon view, or is it capital P, capital V, photon view dot is mine, then we're going to, and this is going to check if it's our game object. And if it's our, like if it's ours, it's not going to do anything. So we're just going to comment nothing to do because the game already does this for me. So what we're going to do is say if it's ours, we're going to do nothing, and then else if it's not ours, what we're going to do is smooth the view. So first of all, we're going to go transform.position equals vector3 I think it is, bracket transform dot position real pos, and this last one is a variable, a float variable that will tell us how many times we want to slow it down by. So between the two positions, our actual position, the real position and the previous position, or I'm not sure which one does well, it's going to do it at 0.1. It's going to do it a tenth of the time, so it's going to make it nice and smooth, the position smooth. So then we're going to do the rotation. So same thing is transform dot rotation equals quaternion dot lerp transform dot rotation real rot, and we're going to 0.1 again. So that should smooth our view, but there's some more things we need to do for that, and that is, the first thing we're going to do is go void, create a new function void, and this one's a one created by Photon networking, on Photon Serialize view, and we're going to have to give it two variables, and the first one is a photon stream called stream, and the next one is a photon message info, and we'll call that one info. Alright, now in this what we're going to do is say create an if statement. So if stream dot is writing, and I'll go through all of this in a second, then we're going to go and do something, and then if it's not writing, say else, then we're going to do something else. So if it is writing, then we're going to go stream dot send next transform dot position stream dot send next transform dot position, and that's all we need for that one. Oh, not position, rotation. Sorry, silly of me. And then else is yeah, sorry, real pos dot position equals vector3 sorry, we're going to cast that, so bracket vector3 stream dot receive next. I think it's receive next, yeah, here it is. And then real rotation dot rotation equals quaternion, sorry, stream dot receive next. Alright, so now let's explain this. So this basically does is every time the view changes, it runs this, I think that's what it does. I know it's something to do with networking. But basically this if statement is saying, okay, if we're writing, so if we're sending data off, So if it's us sending our position, if we're moving, we're sending the data off. So if we're sending our position off, we're going to send stream.send next, transform.position, and transform.rotation. We're going to say, hey, if we're not sending data, we're going to receive data. So we're going to receive the real position.position stream.receive next, the position, and then the same for rotation. It's a bit confusing, but you can Google search the Photon Networking Guide and have a look at those things, but that's that for now. I'm pretty sure that is all that. Now what we need to do is, oh, we got an error. Lots of errors is great, isn't it? Use set active. Okay, so where's this one? Networking manager. Oh, that's right. We've already in this. Cool. I don't really care. No, we can X out of that one because we already got it open. Alright. Set camera view dot set active. False. I think that's how it works. Go back. An object reference is required to access a non-static. Photon view dot is mine. No, why do I keep opening it? That's dot is mine. Photon view. I think it's big P, isn't it? Oh, maybe it's not. Wait. Yeah, we got rid of that error. Cool. Alright, lowercase p and capital V for now. Quaternion 20. I keep doing that. That's so annoying. Quaternion 20. Quaternion.lerb. How is it? Quaternion. That's a quaternion. Wait. Yeah, that's right. That should fix things up. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Alright, clear those bad. Does not. Unity engine.transform does not contain a definition for position, and no extension of position is Unity.transform can be found anyway. Okay. Why do I click it? Why did I click it? Oh god. Transform.position. 26. This one. Transform.position. Jeez. Autocorrect saves my ass. Photo string does not contain the definition for receive next. Receive either for EX after C. There we go. Vector 3 does not contain a definition for position. Typecasting it. Maybe it's dot transform. Nah, that's probably not right. Try that anyway. No, that doesn't work. Quaternion. Back to 3 stream. Dot next. Alright, well, I'll be back in 1 second. I'll just check that. Alright guys, I'm back. Yeah, I found the error, and this is not real position or real rotation, it's transform. And I don't know why I didn't see that, but we'll see. Wow. Alright, they're working. Real right is never assigned to blah blah blah. blah 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 blah. I know, I think that's right. Now let's create network. Actually no, forget this. Control B, building. Alright, windowed, play. Alright, now what we're going to do is test this out. Alright, now network, join random, spawn. Failed to instantiate. Oh, that's right. Okay, now close. Oh, we got an error. I forgot to wait. Control B. Let's try this again. Sorry about that, guys. Alright. Come on. Network. Connecting. Join lobby. Join random. Waiting. Joining. Joined. Spawn. Alright, now we will stand over in this corner. I'm not sure if this is all going to work, but we will Alt tab out of this. And then what we're going to do is hit play here. Network. Authenticating. Join random. Alright, and spawn. Now, we still got 2 errors. Now, this is another thing that we need to fix. See, we now have both players in there, and it's nice and smooth, really smooth. But there's something else we need to fix, and that is when you create a player, the player has all of let me get to it. It has the character controller, mouse look, character motor, FPS controller, the camera, everything on his player, and we are basically accessing every single script, every single one on both things. So if there's 10 players, we're accessing 10 character motors on one person's computer, well, on everyone's computer. So what we want to do is tick off to set to deactivate. We're going to set off the mouse look, the character motor, no, not character motor, FPS input controller, and the health. Oh, no, we won't, but we will have to set a variable to make sure that we don't show up both health bars there. So what we're going to do is those two set right, and we're going to go into here, go into the item collider. No. Main camera, and we're going to tick off the camera so that that camera is gone, and we're going to tick off the audio listener, and no, we'll tick that one on for now. Yeah, no, we'll tick it off. We'll tick it off. We'll be able to fix that. Alright, mouse look script. Oh no, don't worry about that. We'll just tick straight off the main camera. We'll tick off the main camera. But actually, in the main camera is the gun, so we wouldn't be able to see the gun. So if we do that, we can see the gun. Damn it. Alright. We'll just tick off the main camera, GUI layer, flare layer, mouse look, and audio listener. And now we're going to, I think that's 100% correct. I think that's 100% right. And all we need to do is, actually one thing we forgot to do was even add that script. So that script wasn't even working. I did say it was, but I lied. Alright, so networking, network view, we're going to add network view onto the player, or not. We're going to try add component, X scripts, network view 1, add that one, and we're going to observe the network view 1. So you just want to drag this one on, and it can see player controller of network view. It's going to analyze that network view, and what we need to do is change the script so that it adds it turns these ones on if it's our character. So what was that other one we did here? I think let me see. I think what we do is here there's something about setting there's a line about setting it on and off whether it's our character. So what I'm going to do is just check that, and I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Alright guys, I'm back. Alright, now how we do it is we need to do some pretty interesting stuff. So first of all, what we need to do is typecast mono develop, so in a bracket, in a full bracket thing. So bracket mono behavior, sorry, not behavior. I think that's right, mono behavior. And then we need to put in the Alright guys, I'm back, and what we need to do is change one thing in here first. So you go to prefabs, resources, and change the name of the player. So we'll just click on here and go up here, and we'll call this player GO, and then delete the rest. So player GO for that didn't save. Player GO, enter. Alright, now that's saved. Now save. Now go to your scripts, and then you're going to go here and say you're going to go bracket, and the first bracket is to contain it, and the second bracket is to typecast. So we're going to typecast mono behavior, no, capital B, behavior, and then we're going to call that the name of the game object we just had, so that was player GO dot get component dot bracket, and we're going to do it as text. So the ones we wanted to change were turn on was mouse look and FPS input controller and the camera. So we're going to go FPS input space controller, input controller. Then we're going to enable it. So dot enabled equals true. And what this is going to do is it's going to spawn your player and enable for that player, and that should work. Then what we need to, I don't think there's a dot there, I think that's how it goes. Alright, then we're going to duplicate this line, so copy and paste. Why is that? I didn't put a second bracket here, that's why. Alright, then what we're going to do, we'll just copy that for future if we need it. Change this one to the mouse look script, so mouse space look. Save that, and there's one more thing we need to do is do that camera one. Was paste that, and we'll go dot. I'm not sure what the code is. I think it's dot find child dot get component bracket, and we're going to call this one, or find child. We gotta give it a name, give it something to find, and the child of it is main camera, so main space camera, and then we're going to go dot get component, and we're going to get the component camera, and then close that off and go dot enabled. We'll bracket that, and then dot enabled enabled equals true. Alright, then what we're going to do is copy and paste this line again and change camera to GUI layer, copy and paste that and change that to flare layer, flare space layer, copy and paste that and change that to mouse look, and copy and paste that and change that to audio listener. Alright, well we probably could just change the game object around, but I think we change play go to game object. Create a new variable up the top, guys. Public game object. Oh no, we need to create what was just created. So I'll be right back and just check that again because I've gotten that wrong somewhere. It's got to check the player that we just spawned and then do these things for those players. So I'll be right back in 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. Alrighty guys, and I'm back. Now I've done this one wrong. Knew I'd get some things wrong. We'll change this line again. Alright, so what it is first of all, if for this instantiate line, what we're going to do is just set that as game object called player geo equals photon network instantiate. So that's going to set the game object to that one, and that should be all fine. Those two and these ones, what we're going to do is go player game object dot transform dot get child, find child, and we're going to set that one of main camera dot get component, and we're going to call that one camera, then dot set active to true. Alright, now I'm just going to duplicate this line, GUI layer, and then again for flare layer, and then again for mouse look, and again for audio listener. Alright, we'll get rid of these ones, and that should clear up some errors we've got. Clear unity.component does not contain a thing for set active. What was set active again? That's right, we want to... Oh, let's try this one. No, we gotta get equals to true. C, Control V. Sorry about this, guys. Just getting a lot of things wrong today, which ain't good, but we'll see. Does not contain a definition of enabled. Huh. I'll check that 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, guys, I'm back, and I've done it wrong again. How unbelievable. I apologize again. What I'm going to do is just copy this. It was originally the way we did it, we just had to change it a bit. So it's going to be player go dot transform dot find child of type main camera, and this would be so much easier if we didn't have the gun on the camera, but we do, so we're going to do it this way, and we're going to get component camera .enable equals true. And actually we're only going to do, because I've screwed it up so many times, we're not going to worry about the flare layer and the GUI layer anymore. Oh, we will. We'll just do it. Don't worry. Sorry, guys. Alright, so copy and paste this. Actually, you know what? We'll just check this first. Alright, let's try that. Yeah, there we go. Let's fix that. Alright, what we're going to do is change this to GUI layer. Try that again and do it for flare layer. Try that again and do that for mouse look. And do that one more time for the audio listener. Alright. Now that should work perfectly, hopefully. I'm really hoping that works perfect. Alright, we're gonna go back to the prefabs resources, go back to the main one and save, hit Control B to build. Building, and we're going to click play, drag this over to the corner, network. I need to do that list thing again, so join random, wait for the join. So what we're going to do is disable this until we're waiting for joined, and we'll probably put the text in the middle. So then we'll go to spawn, prefab in the resources folder and not in a subfolder. Oh, okay, we didn't rename it. We renamed it. Oh my god. No, we're just not going to have to go through that again. We'll just go to resources, go here and play this. Change this to player controller. And help them. Help us. Control B. And I'm hoping this works. Alright. Play. Hit play over here. Network. Wait for him. Where's that on? Network. Connect it to lobby. Join random. Wait for joined. Spawn. Oh my god. Now what? Object not set to an instance of an object. Alright, let's just play it on this one. Join random. Wait for joined. Spawn. Okay. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. 34. Alright. 34. What was that of M9? Oh, that's the gun, but why isn't... Alright, we're going to get rid of this again, and we're going to just do that one line of find child, and we're just going to remove the gun for now. I don't really care. We'll fix around with that later. So player go dot transform dot find child main camera dot game object dot sets active and then false. It's true. Alright, we're gonna remove all these lines, and I'm hoping this all works. And probably won't, knowing the way today's going. Transform game object, transform game object. Maybe it's a lowercase game object, probably is. Oh, I opened it again. Lowercase game object. Game object. And that probably gives me out. I'll be back in 1 second. Hey guys, sorry about that. Just had to go and do something for a little bit. So basically, I fixed the problem and also fixed a few other errors in the scripts and things that were going to stop it from working. So up here, we'll just quickly go through it again because I think I changed quite a bit. Get rid of the is equal to 0, the vector3.0. I'm not sure if you guys got that one, but I had changed it to that and I've changed it back now. So yeah, that's all fine. This is all fine. That's all fine. here it was transform dot position. This is actually real position, because when I started I had an error where the player was just stuck in the middle because their real position was they were going, hey, we're always here, but as they moved it would like glitch between the two. So real position is equal to that, and real rot equals to that. So that's that, and then back over to this one. The only thing we did here was I think that's normal, that's normal, that's normal. Get rid of these debugs, you don't need them. You guys didn't have them, I don't think. I just used them temporarily. And add in a character motor one here, get component character motor. And this one was the full fine child of main camera. I think we did that one. So then just go into your main camera, tick that one off, the one for the main one, and tick all the ones that you ticked off before, tick them all on. That's gonna not show the gun, but we'll get to that, we'll fix that up later. So then you want to go to player controller and tick off the mouse look, character motor, FPS input controller, and that's fine. This one, change that, drag that into that one, we did that before. One other thing is I had a space here before. You need to make sure there's no space there, no space in between these, okay, because that was an error that it was giving me. So you want to get those components, change those components around. Alright, so what we're going to do is Control B for build. We're going to build the game and then we're going to try it out. Alrighty, play. Where'd it go? There it is. Drag it down here so we can see the other screen. Click play up here, and then click network. Join random network. Join random. Go back. We're joined. Click spawn. Go over into the middle over here so we can tell where we are. Oh, look, there's that player there. So say if we just move this over here and we move around a bit. See, that moves nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. It's a little bit laggy, but that's alright. See, there's ways we could probably fix that, but I think that's really good actually. I think, well actually we might change one setting, but we'll go into here and spawn, and we're able to move around with this character moving around as well. Look at that, perfect. Multiplayer gaming. Alrighty. And yeah, that's pretty awesome, isn't it? Okay, so what we're gonna do is quickly change one setting and see if it works any better. Other than that, we're done for this tutorial. So change that to 0.5. That'll make it quicker, but it won't make it as smooth. So that's up to you guys to change that. Sorry, Control B. So yeah, you guys can make it smoother. The lower the number, the smoother it's going to be, because it's going to take so much longer to generate it, but it's going to be so smooth. So the bigger the number, it's going to be quicker, less laggy, but less latency. Sorry, but it's going to be not a bit choppy. Joined. This one hasn't joined. This one I've been having problems with that. So what we'll do is just go over to this corner, and we'll just play that again. Get the error. Get rid of that error. Alright, join random. Joining joined. Okay, and then we'll click spawn, and then we'll go over in this one. We'll move around and see that it's a little bit jolty. But I think it's a little bit more. So yeah, that's too jolty for me. So I'm going to just change it to 1 again. You guys can change that to what you want. But that is it for this tutorial. Next time I think we'll be adding in either the menus, depending on when Unity 4.6 comes out, or we will be doing more on the LAN, or we will be doing character rigging and networking, character rigging and things like that, animations and things like that. So let me know what you think. Sorry about all the breaks in between. I just had some trouble with some things. Remember to comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.